I am Dr. Timothy Brenza. I was hired to South Dakota School of Mines Technology this fall, 2015, and I'm going to give you a brief introduction to the research that's going on in my lab. There's two main directions of the research. The first is going to be on the materials side, and so in this case I'm looking at monomers, polymers, biopolymers, kind of blends of materials that have different properties, so that we can look at degradation kinetics, renewable resources, and eventually incorporate that into biological systems and look at the interaction of the materials and biological systems. In developing these materials, once we have a target in mind, what we can do is we can engineer biopolymers or polymers. So to do this, we need to start with a monomer unit, and in my lab we synthesize novel monomers, look at the polymerization kinetics, so we build up our polymer system, and we can look at polymers of a single monomer or multiple monomer units, so random copolymers, blends, so there's a really wide design space in terms of the polymers that we can use in our lab. We look at the interactions of these materials with our therapeutic that we're going to be using. So this could be a small molecule like aspirin, or it could be a biotherapeutic like insulin, or something where you need to retain the nature of the therapeutic in the polymer matrix. And so it becomes really important, that interplay between the polymer matrix and the payload, the cargo that you're trying to deliver. And then we also look at how do we form these polymers and therapeutic systems into particles on either the nanoscale, microscale, and looking at the ability to detect and sense those materials as well. And so the other side of my research is looking at that interaction of materials and biological systems, doing this for either drug delivery or looking at potential toxic effects of pollutants and that sort of thing. One of the goals of my research is to look at a medical problem and design a system to directly address that problem. So one of the cases that I'm looking at is lung cancer. And so instead of taking a pill or IV injection where you're treating the entire body, can we deliver something locally and with enough specificity to the material so that we can attack the cancer while keeping the rest of the respiratory system kind of protected and inert. And that way we can really reduce the amount of drug needed to treat a patient in this case, and really reduce the side effects associated with that type of treatment. Another system that I'm looking at is being able to deliver medicine to the brain. So this could be for cancer therapies. There's dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, where our body has created this barrier to keep pretty much everything out of the brain unless it's needed for metabolism. And so in this case we're looking at how the body actually treats itself. So can we use some of the machinery in the human body to help us get materials or drugs across this barrier, the blood-brain barrier, into the brain, so that we can actually intercept or treat some of these inflammatory and alterations that are happening in the brain, and improve cognitive function, mental ability.